The first one called Ebola-chan, and the second one called Coronachan.
I've got to
So,
look this up. This is so
yes.
making this up.
No, this is true.
That is so tasteless. Why would anyone do that?
30 seconds ago, Donald Trump just said no trips to Europe.
Oh,
You just
snap,
came back.
son! I just got back right in time. First, I was in South Africa, and then I was in Europe. Apparently, nobody
No,
could go.
be more specific. You were in Cape Town.
I went to Cape Town, right? And like Leslie's like one dream in life is to go to Cape Town. So like every day he's like, so how's like he's like, Jillian, how's the most romantic place on earth? And I'm like, it's amazing. You guys, my mom was in Italy before. When I was in South Africa, my mom was in Italy for like a week. She wasn't in like Milan or anything like that. So, you know, luckily she's not corona ridden. I think the biggest potential risk factor that a lot of millennials are considering is the fact that we, generally speaking, have an immune system that can handle the virus. I think the concern is carrying that virus and giving it to, you know, our boomer parents or grandparents.
Old people.
Yeah, people that are just more at risk, maybe older people who have a history of respiratory illness, smokers, that kind of thing.
But the other interesting thing is that children don't seem to die from this thing.
I think, but there have been a few unfortunately, I think there have been a few infant mortalities.
But in comparison, like even in terms of the infection to the older people, you'd think that with, you know, something like the flu, the most vulnerable are both children and
older people. Yeah, but it seems that in this case, it's just older people are more susceptible.
So Leslie, you have the theory that it may have come from a biolab. So
why don't I? It's not a theory, man. It did come up from a lab. Some guy was walking and he tripped and he fell and it spilled all over. And now it's out in the world.
Where's your evidence for this?
Open your eyes, man.
Open your eyes, sheep.
Scientists would work on certain bioweapons. It doesn't mean they would intentionally release them. It would mean, like Leslie said, there could have been some kind of a breach of protocol. You know, Chernobyl was not intentional. There are things that end up happening.
Yeah, I've seen the show.
Yeah. Well, actually, speaking of Chernobyl, they didn't handle it that well back then because there was always yes. But more specifically in Russia, like in Ukraine, which was part of the Soviet Union at the time, they were still having some kind of a cultural party going on while this whole meltdown was occurring.
Some type of communist party.
Exactly. No, that's true. Because with this kind of system, you have a very vertical accountability process. So people who are on the bottom, they don't want to let their superiors know that they screwed up.
So I think it's one of those things where I don't think it's going to be total mayhem. I think at a certain point, the economy and everyone else, society is just going to have to adjust, right? I mean, I think it's one of those things where the fatality rate is low enough where eventually society will sort of find equilibrium again. If it was something like Spanish influenza, yeah, I think that would be, yes, we would immediately have to go into panic mode. Then you'd have to worry about
Mexican jumping beans.
But you'd have to worry about, you know, I mean, I feel like if it was something like that, the fact that food wouldn't be on the shelves would almost be the least of your problems, right? Just because of how incredibly dangerous it is. But yeah, I think at a certain point, I mean, when you think of like, I know everybody says this and it's a little bit cliche at this point, but like the flu kills more people every year and we're not, you know, in total global panic mode.
Like the one thing that Ebola and coronavirus have in common is that they are both represented by these anime girl goddesses. The first one called Ebola-chan and the second one called Coronachan. So
I've got to look this up. This is so making this up.
No, this is true.
That is so tasteless. Why would anyone do that?
Look up Ebola-chan first.
Oh my gosh.
Ebola-chan.
Ebola-chan!
God. She's real. She's a real thing.
Online.
Ebola-chan is the personified anime version of the Ebola virus. Despite how deadly the virus is, many have not only wished her success, but have even made shrines for the media. Made shrines for the media. Hates her, but we all love her. I don't know. Okay, you said Coronachan as well?
Yes, Coronachan. Look that up next.
Oh my gosh, this is a thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised this slipped by you guys. This has been around since the very beginning.
Honestly, I'm surprised too, but like to be fair, I'm not lurking on 4chan as much as you, Lev. So I don't go to the butthole of the internet as much as you do. So I'm sorry. I'm not up to speed.
So the idea is that these goddesses are created for people to pray to them, which is a derivative of what used to happen back in the Middle East with Nergal, portrayed in hymns and myths as a god of war and pestilence. Nergal seems to represent the sun of noontime to the summer solstice that brings destruction, high summer being the dead season in the Mesopotamian annual cycle.
The silver lining is called population control.
Stop it! Oh my gosh, stop it. That's so dark. You stop right now. Population control. First of all, okay, why are you phrasing it like it's a silver lining? Like, well,
I don't know what silver lining means.
Who are you? Were you Thanos? Like, what are you talking about?
And with that, I shall bid everybody adieu to this Asia Corner. Please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, comments, and don't forget to click that bell. I will see you guys next time.
Raise that roof.
Raise that roof, girl. Ooh, good night, everybody.